I'm going to be making some butter chicken tonight. Lemon juice, ground ginger, turmeric, ground coriander, cumin, some seasoning salt, and lemon pepper. 1/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. Mix it all up. That's done. I'm going to put this in the fridge. Usually I will do this overnight, but I'm going to have this for dinner tonight. So at least like 3 hours in the fridge before you get started. Hello, I'm making some naan. I'm going to start with the flour. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of yeast, instant yeast. The difference between instant yeast and active dry yeast is in instant yeast, I can directly add it to my flour, and then adding the hot water. With the active dry yeast, you have to make the yeast mixture first, where you add the water, the yeast, and the sugar and let it activate. Now I'm adding my yogurt. This is Greek yogurt, about 1/2 cup, and then 1/2 stick of melted butter or warmed butter. 1 cup of hot water. Alright, so something about this naan dough is it is very sticky. If you can see my hands, when I was just working with it, it's got all the dough sticking to me. You want that in your dough. It's very malleable still. You see how I can pull it and it kind of just stays up. This is what you want to see when you're doing your dough for the naan. Now that my dough is formed, I am going to go ahead and grease this bowl and put some cling wrap over it, let it rest, because it does have yeast and it does need to activate. Alright, and now that that is wrapped up, I'm going to set it aside and get started on the buttered chicken. Starting with the buttered chicken, I will be putting them into a hot pan, one by one, not to crowd the pan, and I'll need a little bit of oil at the bottom there. And while it's heating up, I will place in just about 2 tablespoons of butter. This is buttered chicken. There's going to be a lot more butter than that. And this is just to brown the chicken. I have been curious about this hack that I saw for getting the skin off of your ginger. It actually works really well. I am actually kind of surprised at that. It is just taking the spoon. Wow. It is just taking the spoon and rubbing it along the skin, and it pulls the skin right off. That's actually pretty interesting. I have the hardest time getting the skin off of the ginger because I don't want to waste all this ginger. Anyway, I got them all peeled up and done way faster than if I were to be using a potato peeler. And now I'm gonna grade these bad boys up. All right, so like I said, you don't want to crowd the chicken. You just want to get it to be nice and browned, and then transfer it over into a bowl. After the chicken is removed from the pot, you add more butter, and you put in a cinnamon stick, some cloves, whole cloves, and cardamom pods. Take them out, add garlic and ginger. Alright, I'm adding more coriander, cumin, garam masala, I need more garam masala. It is the biggest part of this whole dish. This kind of texture is what I'm looking for. And now I'm gonna add the tomatoes. Alright, and now these need to render a little bit so that they soften. So they're starting to get all soft, and I'm going to go ahead and add some cashews. Usually you won't do these kinds that are salted and whatever else, but that's what I have. And you're only going to do about a half a cup. We're going to cook these down a little bit more because these cashews need to soften in this simmering. Once they're nice and soft with these tomatoes, I will blend these together. Butter chicken is still cooking, but I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in the butter and the cream. So that's 2 tablespoons of butter. Mixing that in. A good amount of cream, and then stir it up. And then this is gonna cook down. Creamy. For about 30 minutes on low.